Chapter 9, titled Development. 9:1. Let us not be too proud to face honesty and frankly the fact that by standards of modern world, the Hamite people are poor today. Our poverty needs not cover us with shame. 9:2. We must not be too proud to recognize the fact that Ham's economic situation as it exists today, we must not be cast down or discouraged by the magnitude of the problems which we face, for Ham is potentially rich. 9:3. Our task is to improve the economic lot of all Hamite peoples, to raise them to a standard of living comparable to the to that enjoyed by the most highly developed regions of the world today. This is a task and a challenge which must be met. 9:6. If one is sick in one part of their body, their whole constitution is upset. It is the same with a people. Unless each human's life be complete, displaying education and prosperity, the people as a whole are able to share in a common flourishing existence, nor are they able to give its governing cause for pride. 9:7. The means of destroying poverty and ignorance are work and education. 9:8. There is no one in the world who does not cherish the hope of having his standard of living raised. 9:9. It is a law of nature and history that development of any people must proceed simultaneously on all fronts. 9:10. Humans must be educated. They are not able to come to the grips with or cope with or understand the modern world unless they have been taught about it. 9:11. They must be assured of a minimum economic security. They are not able to concern themselves with matters going on beyond the day-to-day satisfaction of their physical needs unless they are fed, clothed, and sheltered, nor are they able to acquire a sufficient degree of social consciousness to be able to subordinate their own personal interests to the good of the nation and development of their society. 9:12. 9:12. It is not enough that a nation desire development and economic maturity, but any more than a child in wishing becomes a man. The child must crawl before it is able to run. 9:13. Who would not be pleased to see their baby born as a 5 or 10-year-old youngster? But this is contrary to nature's plan. Progress must proceed in stages. 9:14. Unless each being be sound, the whole structure of the house is able to be firm. 9:16. It is one of the tragedies of our day that while half of the world's population is racked by a never satisfied hunger and remains poverty stricken, disease ridden, and ignorant, vast amounts are spent by great powers on arraignments, money which is diverted to satisfying the basic needs for the poorer people of the world could transform their lives and restore to them their human dignity, their happiness in the present, and their confidence and their faith in the future. 9:17. In order to speed our economic development, most of us require extensive financial assistance. We need not to be ashamed of this fact, particularly when the poverty and the ignorance from which our people suffer have been perpetuated through the deliberate and long-standing policies of others. 9:19. If the great nations of the world desire our sympathy and support, they should assist us to become economically strong, for only then will our alliance with them be meaningful. 9:21. The benefits of an expanding economy must be enjoyed by all. 9:22. Our concern is with the many and not the few. 9:23. If humanity is led to a better observance of covenants that are meant for orderly conduct of life, and if the progress of science is applied so solemnly for human welfare, the increase of population will become not a burden, but a matter of gratification. 9:24. Disarmament must be achieved not only because in this fashion will the threat of world holocaust be dispelled, but equally because only through a drastic reduction in the military budgets of the great powers may the vast resources required to raise all humankind to the level of free men be freed for these purposes. 925. We are not able to postpone the needs, hope, and aspirations of our peoples indefinitely. 926. A mark of worthy civilization is the willingness of those to whom much has been given to share their proportion with those in need. 927. In aiding the young, we demonstrate our hope and faith for the future. 928. We have the sacred duty to our children to spare them the sacrifices which we have known. 929. To build a modern state requires the concentrated strength and the efforts of each one of you. If we do not build the roads and bridges and schools, if we do not plow the fields and till the soil, if we do not carry on the trade and commerce of the nations, to whom shall we look to for the accomplishments of these tasks? 944. Those humans who proceed have set a high example. To take up where they left off, emulate them, build on the foundation which they have laid down, that your nation may advance in progress and enlightenment. 945. Ham will no longer be the unknown continent, for its human and material resources are beyond measure, and this great continent now stands on the verge of an economic, political, and cultural development which, when realized, will be without parallel in history. 946. It is only when humans becomes master of their fate, able to determine their destiny, they are able to be free from fears and inferiority. Such an individual or a nation stands respected by all. 947. If we ponder deeply on our situation today, we shall find that the resources are available, that the nation's youth are gaining knowledge and acquiring experience. It is only necessary that we resolve to work with determination and diligence. 948. Of all the good things of the world which are accomplished by the wisdom of humans and which may only be realized by the wisdom, health is the divine gift which is found to be above all those by those who are able to take care of and guard of it well. 949. If health fails, teaching, knowledge, life itself, all comes to naught. 950. The forests, the mountains, and the plains constitute wealth.